welcome back. Welcome back. It's pretty weird being back on here since this is literally what started my whole journey of getting to where I am now. What year was it? 2018? No, COVID. 2020, 4 years ago when I started YouTube, which literally started my business, and now here we are. Fully self-employed, building a team, and having just launched an academy. And hitting multi-6 figures in my business. I'm here to share with you exactly what it is that I do, exactly why I change people's lives, and exactly how I grew my business to multi-6 figures in 10 months from £3. I want to welcome you to behind the scenes of building the Mindset Academy, the Internal Growth Academy, where I'm gonna take over the world with this. I just know I am. This will be the Gymshark of mindset, and this will be the thing that changes people's entire lives. So yeah, I welcome you along the journey. There's going to be lots of good videos. The next one will be the prep for the launch. The one after will be my solo trip to New York to visit one of my clients. I'm going to be filming launches live, everything live, show you the highs, the lows, everything. The trips, the events, the lot. I have a huge vision for this YouTube channel, so it's going to be very exciting. And it's in line with one of my goals to have a full-time videographer with me all the time, filming my life. So let's get on to it. One-to-one mindset coaching. What is it? How has it literally changed people's entire lives? I've had people quitting their jobs. I've had people leaving toxic relationships. I've had people moving to the opposite side of the world after 7 years of self-sabotage. I've had people getting emails off their boss about how much their confidence has improved, therefore offering them a promotion, the girl then saying no to the promotion and actually going and quitting the job and working for a very, very top company as a leadership, when she couldn't even speak out in a meeting 3 months ago. Mindset coaching is all subconscious work. With my clients, I'll never tell them how to think, act, feel, say, or do. It will always be from a place of it coming from within. Now, what we do is we look across every single area of your life, whether that be building a business, from every single task that you do in the business. So every single task that you procrastinate on, that you put off, that you self-sabotage on, that you don't put 100% energy into, there is a reason why you're doing that, and it's down to your subconscious and a belief that you have. Every single thing that you do, even me moving my hand now, even you deciding to react to something, you deciding to procrastinate, it is all driven by your subconscious. So let's just say that we look at every single area of your life, from sales calls, from saying the price, from increasing the price, from showing up on social media, from putting boundaries in place, from being able to switch off in your business, from feeling like an imposter, from the fear of judgment, the fear of failure. Every single thing, we look at the belief that's driving that. We shift the belief subconsciously. This is why 80% of my clients have quit therapy, because in therapy, you go back and you talk about the problem. You sit in the problem with your therapist. You offload, you feel better. Nothing changes. A belief is so hardwired, it's taken on when you're a young child, right? You made a limiting decision that because your parents are arguing, you decided that it was your fault subconsciously, because as a child, you don't rationalize why your parents are arguing. You therefore take on the belief that I'm not good enough, and that belief, I'm not good enough, is a reason why you fear failure now, because you don't want that belief to be confirmed. If you go out and go after your goals, you fail, and then it confirms the belief, I'm not good enough. Let's say you were left behind at school, you were left out. You probably catch yourself jumping from job to job to job to job now. Let's say that you feel behind in life. You're constantly comparing to people who are ahead of you. You have the belief, I'm behind. You will work extremely hard just to feel like you're ahead, to get ahead, just to feel like you are where you're meant to be. And the self-sabotage will be that you're unorganized, keeping you behind. You leave things till the last minute, keeping you behind. And you compare to only people who are ahead of you, keeping you feeling behind. Let's say that you can't put the prices up because you have a huge fear of success and a huge fear of letting people down and a huge tendency to people please. So your belief right now and your mindset around putting your prices up is that I can't handle everything as it is at the moment, and I can't handle any more business. So if I put my prices up, because I feel like I'm a fraud, or I feel like I'm going to let someone down, I'm going to have to put extra work into making sure that my clients are happy if I put my prices up, just so that they don't see I'm a fraud and that they don't see I'm just taking their money. But right now, because I can't handle the current success I'm at and I can't handle any more success, I'm not going to put my prices up, because that means that I'll have no energy, because I'll be bending over backwards for my clients. And also there's a potential fear that I'm going to let my client down and I'm going to be seen as a fraud. Or you won't put your prices up because you believe that you don't deserve any more money. There's so many reasons why you're self-sabotaging on things in your business or across life or with friends. Oh, I just love spending time alone. No, there's a reason why your subconscious drives you to spend time alone, because you probably have had issues at school with being left out, not feeling liked, and all those sorts of things. Maybe you have a fear of rejection and you don't feel loved. So you will withdraw from things. You will not put yourself in a position like outreach or speaking to people or being in healthy relationships, because you have a fear of rejection. So you will pull out before that they do, because if they pulled out before you pulled out, then that will just confirm this belief that you're not loved and you're not wanted. So that every single task, every single thing you're procrastinating on in your business is all driven by your subconscious, whether you like it or not. And that is exactly what I do, and this is why people have been so successful after working with me. Now, there are a few reasons why I have had a successful business, and obviously if you know me on social media, you'll know I'll talk about my fear of failure all the fucking time. I feared failure like there was no tomorrow. I felt sick and anxious and stressed and worried and overthinking every single day. I didn't even want to be here at one point. I had an eating disorder, and through subconscious reprogramming with my mindset coach, I have no fear of failure. I literally believe I can do anything. Like, I genuinely feel like there is nothing that I cannot achieve. I have huge goals, huge goals. Like, I can actually see where I'll be in a few years, providing I make it there, right? And I can see it because I know it's going to happen. And what happens is you turn on the switch of what you want subconsciously, and then your subconscious will start looking for evidence for it. Just like if I told you to see a white car outside, you'd go outside and all you'd see is white cars. You wouldn't see anything else. But had I not said that, you wouldn't have seen it. Now, that subconscious awareness of what you want plus self-belief, you'll get it, because your subconscious will drive you to take the actions, make the decisions, see the opportunities in a way that aligns with what you want. Because currently, if you have fear of failure or you have fear of judgment, the lens is on, and all your subconscious will do is find evidence for that, to keep you in the safe position that you're in now and not move forward. And this is why we want to get to a place, and this is why I get my clients to a place of true self-belief. I think another reason why I've grown my business to where it is today is my personality. I think I'm very likable, I'm very fun, and I'm very relatable. I don't have a fear of talking about where I'm at, which I know a lot of people who are building a business do, because they maybe struggle with imposter syndrome and they can't show their clients, or they can't show people that they struggle with that, because then they won't be seen as authority, or being seen as having ability to help people. Now, that again is just driven by a belief. But what I found is the more authentic you are indirectly shows how secure you are. The more secure you are is what attracts, because as humans we chase security. Obviously, think of it as like, from an evolutionary standpoint, you always chase security, and you always run away from insecurity, because that just kind of signals fear and death and whatever, right? So the more authentic you can be, the better. And also energetically, you can tell when someone's not being authentic. So if you're trying to sell a dream to someone and you're not being authentic, and you're having to prepare yourself over and over again to say this thing, it's not authentic, and it just shows that there's insecurities there that are stopping you from being authentic. Maybe a belief will be confirmed, that sort of thing. And I think really elevating your personality as much as possible. Like, if you can tap into the sides, the side of your personality that people love about you, like your friends, but when it comes to business, you won't tap into that. So for me, I have a crazy, weird, funny, silly, stupid side sometimes, and I'd say that's more like my feminine side when I've let go. Now, femininity, when you're sitting in a feminine energy, that's what attracts. And it does. You let go of the stress, you just be, you attract. So if you can incorporate a little bit of that into your business as well, that's what attracts. Like, personality is absolutely key. Planning. Let's talk about planning. Planning. I used to plan like there was no tomorrow, and I wouldn't follow through with it. I'd actually go to a cafe and I'd sit there and I'd make up tasks for my business. When I had a product business in university, which I still have now, I would go I can't even tell you how badly I wanted it. I could actually cry thinking about how badly I wanted that business to work. I'd go to a cafe and I wanted to feel like a businesswoman. I remember I'd sit next to my ex, who's the owner of a huge company, and he'd be in these team meetings, and I'd be at university having, doing this business, but university as well, having a huge fear of failure, watching him run all these meetings and everything that was just normal to him. And I was like, wow, I want that. That is what I want. And I've always wanted it, but I've never believed that I could have it until I had mindset coaching. Literally, I would pay thousands for that. Changed my life, massively changed my life. But yeah, my planning now I really work with my energy. So for example, I speak to clients all the time. Where is your incentive in the week to work? So if you're working really, 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 really hard, where is your incentive to work? Do you have anything in the week? So for me, Wednesday evening dance, oh my God, that gets me through the start of the week. Like I can work hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, boom, go to dance. Now my second incentive is a lie-in on Thursday morning. And when I say a lie-in, it's probably till about 8:30 rather than 6 a.m. Now I allow myself to have that slow morning because I have a lot of self-trust in my business. I'm allowed to have that slow morning, right? To get my energy back up. So that's my incentive midweek. Then on a weekend, my incentive will probably be like going out for dinner or something, right? So if you can have incentive in your week, that becomes then your dream week. You go into the week and you're like, right, I get to work on my goals, I get to work on my business, but I also get to experience this and do that. Again, that just allows you just to live more authentically rather than be like a fucking robot every single day. And again, gets you into that energy. Get me going to dance, me going out for dinner, gets me into that good energy. Now, what do I know about being in good energy? Better results, better business, more money, more freedom, helping more people, everything. All just goes better. I feel better. I live better. I love life better, right? Secondly is different work blocks. So this is one thing that I've realized when I had business, and it took me probably a couple of months to work this out, is every week I'll have set work blocks for different things. Now, let's say I have 4 projects going on at a time. Let's say like 1 in my product business and then like 3 in coaching within the academy, like 3 different projects. Within those 4 projects, there's a task list for each one. Yeah. Now, I don't take those 4 things and bring them into Monday. Every single project has an assigned block during the week. So like Monday morning will be like project 1, Tuesday afternoon will be like project 2 block, Thursday morning project 3 block, whatever, Friday afternoon project 4 block. And then what will happen is I'll have a task list for that specific block that I'll then go into that block and I'll just complete that task list. Now, mentally, that feels good because I know that if another task pops up, I can put it in the other block because I know mentally I've got 3 other blocks during the week to get the rest of the things done. So I don't have to task switch, which is another reason why people are so unproductive, because you just constantly attention's divided all the time. So that's a way of like, I really work in blocks of time rather than 9:30 this, 10:30 this, 10, 11, 12, right? All my calls are grouped together as well. Now, second to that is my energy levels. I work with my energy levels. So for example, Thursday morning, you will not catch me doing a lot of work. You'll not catch me like filming content or doing anything like that requires a lot of energy, because I've just been to dance until probably like midnight on Wednesday night, and I know I'm going to be tired. So I'm not going to sabotage by setting myself a task that I know I won't do on Thursday morning. I'm going to work with my energy. So it's like, right, where is my high energy across the week? Okay, Monday's high energy. Let's put a really difficult task or a deep task, one that requires a lot of attention, on Monday morning. Let's say Friday afternoon. For me, Friday afternoon, what is Friday afternoon? I definitely slow down on a Friday afternoon. So there is no way that I'll be sabotaging by putting content on a Friday afternoon, which is probably my worst task in terms of I have to really talk myself into it when I know I'm not going to do it. So again, you've got to start working with yourself, working with your energy. Where's my energy highest? Where's my energy lowest? That's okay. But it's like, right, what can I do in my low energy moments? It's either going to get my energy back up, whether that be intentional rest or doing something that you enjoy to get that energy back up, because we know that good energy is what serves you better in a business. Or how can I work inside the business doing maybe a little project or a bit of laptop work or go to a cafe that doesn't require so much energy, that's going to work better for me. So then I start working with my energy levels, and then my energy levels are just like this, rather than up, down, up, down, up, down. Productive, burnout. That's another thing. Oh my God, I move at my speed and my ideas. That is another point. I move quick to the point that people who I work with can't keep up with me because I have too many ideas and they just get out like that. So in June, for example, last year I had 4 launches of products and services. I launched them all in a month. Now, technically I could have launched 1 a month, but I was like, what am I waiting for? I just want them out. Like, I move quick. When I hired Alice in November, I spoke to her about it in December, and I was like, right, we'll get you on in March. You can start training now. Anyway, a week later, I was like, why am I waiting till March if the inevitable is that she's going to join? Let's get her on and I'll speed things up. So I brought her on. I was like, hey, Alice, how do you feel about starting next week? And she was like, yeah, okay, cool. I got her 4 clients in one night. Just move like that. You just move. You put the thing down. You put the goal or the project down that you want to do. Put it down, put a date on it and get it out. And then you make it work. Because you can plan and you can plan and you can plan all you like for 3 months down the line. But if it's going to happen, why are you waiting for 3 months down the line? Bring it forward and make it work. The amount of imperfect things that I have done across my business is absolutely unbelievable. I've grown a business in 10 months from £3 to multi-6 figures with absolutely no systems and no automations. Now, I'm not promoting that because it's fucked me over now because I'm trying to scale and I'm waiting for all those things to be sorted. But the point is that it's imperfect has made me successful. Imperfection has allowed me to move faster and move quicker. And now everything's getting sorted, the growth will just be insane. So when you have an idea and you know that's next for you, probably the only thing that's stopping you from putting that idea into fruition is your fear. The fear that I just need to plan this, the fear I just need to make this work, the fear that I just need to, I just need to sort everything out first and make sure that's perfect and plan that and make sure that's right and I'm a bit stressed now, all the delaying the inevitable. If it's next for you, do it. That's the next thing. So that's probably that's what Alice says. She says probably one of the biggest strengths about me is that I move so quick, but can be frustrating at times because then things can't keep up. Oh my God, failures. Okay. Oh my God. So in my products business, the 1 year, was it like the year after COVID or something? I don't know. One of my videos blew up on TikTok and I woke up at 4 a.m. and I just scrolled through orders and I was like, oh my God. Number one, I did not expect this to happen. I don't have enough stock. Royal Mail had strikes, so there'd been delays up to 2 months with delivery. Ran out of stock. Obviously, I ordered from China, so there's like a 3-month waiting period. That was the biggest stress. I remember my mom got up at 4:30, bless her, to pack all those orders before she went to work. I was doing uni. It was like exams, and it was so stressful. Wasn't as successful because a lot of orders got lost and a lot of orders had to get returned because of the delay, which was totally out of my control. But again, when you look back at it in hindsight, it just is a lesson of fulfillment, a lesson of preparing for the worst. And then just, I don't know, I find the joy in it. It's fun. Like, yeah, I lost money and, all that stuff, but oh my God, it's fun. Like, the problems are the lessons, which make the problems never happen again because you learn a lesson from it. The second one was like I'm so extra with every single launch. Like if I launch something, you'll know about it. I'm so extra with the launch. I love it. I launched these tote bags. Had everyone sharing it. I think I had like over 1,000 people on my website on the evening of the launch. I sold four tote bags with 1,000 people on my website. Oh my God, the dopamine crash was real because my expectation was high. Expectation wasn't met. Dopamine was not released. I felt like shit. So that was probably a failure, but it's not a failure. Like, this is a thing we catastrophize failure. Okay, well, it was a failure. It was a huge setback. It was a huge that felt horrible and what the hell, no one cares. No one likes my products, But it's not the case. It's not the case. Just carry on. Like, just don't give up. That's it. You just extend the goal. Okay, you sell 4 in that launch. Right, let's extend the goal. Let's do this for another 10 years and let's carry on, So I don't really see those as failures anymore. I did in the time because my fear of failure was huge and it just confirms that belief that I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not good enough. But now it's just make it work. Spending money to make money. This is one of the biggest, this was the catapult moment in making me successful. When I invested in my mindset coach at the end of university, I had 3 months to make it work. And if I didn't, I would have had to move back home and get a job. So I finished university in June. I started mindset coaching and I had till September that I was still in my apartment in Manchester. And if that didn't work, then I moved back home and then just get a job, give up, stay at home and cry. So when you've got that pressure, that's good because it's called foreshadowing failure, where you do anything you can to avoid the potential failure. So for example, if I foreshadowed failure of September, I would foreshadow the idea that if I don't make this work, I'll have to move back home. I'll feel really disappointed. I'll have to get a job. Imagine me having to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning to go to work to a 9 to 5 for someone I didn't like, and then come back home and then be stuck and have no independence, and then be unlimited money, won't be able to travel, You foreshadow the failure like that, right? That, oh my God, I do not want that. I did everything in my power to avoid that. That's what foreshadowing failure is. So that's another good technique to avoid failure, is like, if you can think about how it will feel to fail and what your life will be like to fail, you can run away from that, because as humans we either run towards pain or we run away from it, and that can very much cause you to run away from it, to take action. So that's more just for motivation of taking action. And then obviously I got invested in mindset coaching. Now I have a video of when I invested in mindset coaching. I felt sick, absolutely sick. I didn't tell my parents, and I rang them up and I was like, hey, just invested like a few grand, quite a few grand into mindset coaching, and I had £3 left in my savings account, which I was meant to go to Australia with. And I thought about it, and I was like, I'm going to Australia just to avoid the problem, delay the inevitable. And I was like, where's that going to get me? I switched on my rational brain. I was like, right, fuck this, let's make this work. I invested into it, and I was like, how will this work if I don't believe in myself? But I had to make that investment to overcome the fear of failure that was stopping me from investing and stopping me from making my business work. It was the only option I had. I had no other option. Nothing could help me overcome my fear of failure other than subconscious reprogramming. And had I not overcome my fear of failure, I would definitely 100% not be where I am today. So I invested it, left me £3 in my account. Oh my God, the best investment I have ever made. Because number one, it made me believe myself, because subconsciously rewired the limiting belief I'm not good enough, which drives thoughts of I can't do it, what's the point, I won't be successful, which drives fear of failure drives procrastination, right? And I rewired like loads of different limiting beliefs that would hold me back. Oh my God, my confidence just went through the roof. I was like, I can do anything, like I'm gonna put my prices up, I am the mindset coach, I'm not just a mindset coach, I'm gonna earn 10k in 3 months, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a millionaire, like I'm gonna help so many people, I'm gonna do this, I can get any clients I want, I can attract. That was my mindset, and it still is. And that allows me to move towards that goal, like nothing's holding me back. And that's where it all starts, with belief, because belief drives action. I started seeing the world in a different light. I remember I looked on my phone from a photo. Now, if you'd known me a few years ago, I used to hate myself, like I actually put myself down every single day. Terrible. And I'd look at a photo on my phone after I had this mindset coaching session. I was like, oh my God, you look really pretty. And I was like, what? Did I just say that about myself? Like, I've never said that about myself. And honestly, my work, like the world just started to change. Like my lens on the world started to change. Nothing's changed in the world other than the way that I view the world, your map of the world. And that's exactly why some people would react to a comment and some people wouldn't. You could say the same comment to two people and one would react and one wouldn't, because it triggers a limiting belief, and not everyone has the same beliefs. So, and then that's then allowed me to invest into business coaching or business mentorship, which has literally changed the game for me. But mindset had to come first for me to take the action that my business mentor said to me. And that's what I find a lot of people come to me with. They're like, my business mentor's told me to do this and this, but I can't do it because I don't want to do outreach, I don't want to do content, I don't want to do that. And then they'll often blame the mentor when actually it's them not putting in the action because of their beliefs. So actually having a mindset coach and then a business mentor, beautiful. And then obviously that's just allowed me to make more money, and also like spending money in things that are going to make my time more efficient. So now I can invest in things that are going to speed up the time, like even things like appliances, or that's going to make cooking quicker, or even buying a weekly food shop instead of spending 20 minutes walking to the shop and then walking back, because time is so crucial in business, and you learn that as you go through business. Time is money, time is energy is money, everything is potential success that you're putting down if you don't use that wisely. And money is often the solution to speeding up the efficiency and the time that you take to become successful. So having mindset coaching has also allowed me to invest, like even invest in going on holiday, because number one, it gets my energy back up. Number two, it attracts my ideal clients because they want that. And number three, it allows me to live the life that I want to live. Like it makes me feel good. When I feel good, I show up better. When I show up better results, all that kind of stuff. The last point that I have is that I can read people incredibly well. I mean, it's part of my job. Like through language, like the language that you use, I can predict what beliefs you have about yourself. The behaviors that you do, the sabotage that you do, when you're tired, what tasks that you're too tired to do, I can then predict you know, your patterns in relationships, your friendships. I can predict what the belief is behind that. Now, having that ability to be analytical of human behavior has allowed me to sell better, because I can read my potential client. I can understand them on a level that no one else can understand them on. And then they want to work with me because I get it. I understand from a deep level. It's not, I don't have time, I don't know enough, all these ego things, or I just can't be bothered, or, you know, too lazy, I'm too tired. It's, no, this is what's going on for you. This is where it's coming from. Let's shift that belief. Your whole reality changes. So yeah, that's a little bit of background into what I do, how it all works, some insights into what's worked for me. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. The next one will be the launch prep and the launch itself and the event. And then the one after will be New York, if I can get my ass around into booking it this week. So yeah, very, very exciting things to come. There's a lot to come over the next few months. As always, I can't just play small. So yeah, lots to do this month, lots to do this year. So I'll see you very soon. And don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye.